All right, good Friday afternoon, everyone, and happy 4th of July or Independence Day. Hope everyone is celebrating responsibly. Just make sure you drink a little bit of water through this afternoon as well. It's a quiet day here in the High Plains, but again, kind of some remnants of Barry creating that big MCC from last night and today right there in the central Texas. You can still see lots of heavy rain in between Waco and Dallas, Fort Worth. Got some moderate to heavy rain still falling on some of those places that have really not seen a break from the rain since yesterday. Some of those places down there have seen over a foot of rain here in the last 24 hours. San Angelo, especially north of San Angelo, had anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of rain. Their annual average is 21. So that's a lot of water in a very little amount of time, causing some catastrophic flooding down there in the hill country. Several lives have been lost. Still several people missing down there. Kerrville had 6 to 10 people dead from the flooding that they had down there. And this is all just kind of in the Texas Hill Country out there west of I-35 and then kind of getting into the extreme eastern portions of West Texas. But this is still several hours to our south. We need the moisture, but we don't need that much. So certainly glad we're not having to deal with that, but unfortunate that some of our folks a bit further south are. Here's your planner for the rest of tonight. We are expecting those temperatures to be in the 80s by the afternoon and evening hours, or for the rest of the day today. We'll tumble into the 70s by tonight when the sun goes down. Pleasant evening out there to celebrate. Just make sure that you are staying hydrated and drinking water as well. Here's your rain chance through the next several hours. Not really expecting any rain here in the Amarillo area, though. A rogue thunderstorm up north can't be ruled out. You can see a small complex up there in Kansas could encroach into the northern panhandles tonight around 10-11 p.m., but overall we should stay pretty quiet today. We're watching storm chances for tomorrow. We actually have a marginal risk draped across most of the area. You can see by 6 p.m., our model has got a handful of storms going up in the northwest panhandle, back into eastern New Mexico. As we get into the evening hours, you can see it forms a pretty large MCS style event, big mesoscale convective system, or just a linear line of storms, kind of almost like a squall line coming across the panhandle. Those are going to be mostly a wind threat, I think. And we may get some quarter-sized hail in pockets where you get some really stout updrafts, but not expecting the hail to be a huge concern. It's just going to be the torrential rainfall and the damaging wind potential up to 60 or 70 miles an hour. Could be a little bit overdone for coverage of storms, but Sunday we may have some more storms get going in the afternoon. We actually have better moisture aloft Sunday, but we don't have as much instability. So while there may be more storms in the area, they probably won't be as strong. And so we still could get a complex going, but they probably won't be to the intensity of the storms that we have on Saturday. So here's the overall setup for the next several days. Your next weather maker really just going to be the talk of northwest flow aloft here in the high plains. That ridge of high pressure continuing to build in over the desert southwest. If we get any decent disturbances to ride over the ridge, you guys know as well as I do, storms get going in the mountains or near the mountains. And if the winds are strong enough, it can push those storms in our direction. So that's kind of the general trend and pattern we're going to be in from tomorrow all the way through about Tuesday, maybe Wednesday of next week. And then we may start seeing that pattern shift towards the end of the week. So here's a look at that 7-day tracker. Temperatures going to start to climb, especially when that ridge gets close to being overhead Wednesday and Thursday. We should be in the mid-90s. Places like Paladero Canyon, the floor of the canyon could be around 100 degrees. We could even see some heat index values around 105, so getting close to heat advisory criteria. Just make sure you take care of yourself if you're going to be down there. Try and get that hike or bike done in the morning early before the sun really starts to heat the ground up down there in the canyons. Friday, we have a cold front slated to come through pretty early in the day. It may not impact temperatures a whole lot, but you do see we go from 98 to 93 for the afternoon temperature there by the end of the week. We still have not seen triple digits this year. We are behind schedule for that. Every now and then we do get a summer where it doesn't happen. The last time we did not have triple digits throughout the whole summer was 2015. It was a very wet pattern that year. We were well into a very strong El Nino. We're not in that right now, but the eastern sea surface temperatures in the Pacific are above normal. And the Atlantic multi-decadal oscillation, at least those waters up there in the North Atlantic are a bit colder than normal. at least as of late. And so that could also be another factor as to why we have been a little bit cooler than normal and why we've had that continued trend for some moisture chances. So we'll see what happens as we unfold into the month of July and August. We've got a lot of summer still left ahead of us. So I certainly wouldn't say that we won't see triple digit heat. It just does not look like it's going to be possible through the next few days. We might get close Thursday, but currently we only have you at 98. That is all we have for you this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your Independence Day celebrations. Do so responsibly, and we'll see you